Hello, my friends. So this is kind of fun. I'm here with Off the Board, where we take a pin from Pinterest and actually get it off the board and use it in our scrapbooking. But I am combining that with a challenge I'm looking at from Christy of Christy's Beautiful Life. She put in a challenge at Secret Not Secret Kit Club, the party for September, and I thought I would go ahead and do it. And the deal was we had to kind of blind grab one photo from three, one piece of pattern paper or one piece of paper from three, and one embellishment from a little, bin of embellishments. And I had mine in here. These were the ones I was going for. So what I ended up with was this snazzy piece of rainbowy paper. It is Amy Tangerine from Slice of Life and is the universe, but I'm going to use this side right here. And this is the photo I came up with. This is a photo of my son who went to go play with his grandma's kitties and came back wearing a pair of her clip-on earrings. And he was, he does things to make her laugh. So he's wearing those and hanging out being cash. And the little embellishment goodie I have is this little piece of, it's kind of like a frame or a journaling spot. It's from Amy Tangerine. And the glitter on the outside is like black and mixed with multicolor. So that's what I have. And I know I'm going to use some of this exceedingly yellow paper with it as well. I'm working with a kit and I'm trying to work through it. So it's kind of how my process goes. I really want to be able to use up what I have. Oh, and real quick, this is silly me. This is the pin I'm going to use right here. It is, let's see, it's a design team project that came through the Hip Kit Club, and it's Amanda Baldwin. Yes. So, and I'll go ahead and put that right about here so that you can see what I'm working on, and you'll see how much it looks nothing like what I come up with. That's kind of how my things go. Okay, so I'm going to start working on it, and let's see where this takes us. Here we go. So what I've done so far is I've gone ahead and trimmed off the branding strip from that fantastic Amy Tan 12 by 12, and I turned it into an 11 by 11. And let's see what else. Oh, and then I was like, you know what? I want something behind it, separating out the yellow and the pattern paper. Probably because I have such a thing about having a, like black and white with pops of colors. My absolute favorite combination. So I believe what I'm doing with this one is I'm going 11.5 by 11.5, and then they'll go on to the 12 by 12. And I will go ahead and gut out part of this this black pattern paper. I do like to try to gut papers when I remember, because a lot of times these papers definitely are not cheap and you can get just a little bit more mileage out of them. Now I will always probably keep my handy dandy Fiskars trimmer around, even though I normally use, what is it called? The Crop and Create. The Cropapillar Crop, something, okay, never mind. Anyway, I love it because it lets me really easily gut out papers. So I'm going to go ahead and faff around and get these all layered up. Now I did do a quick look-see to see if I wanted to mat my photo on that black and white paper, and then I realized that I would really kind of prefer to go ahead and mat it on black. Now, I print on a Canon Selfie, and this time I was able to get the appropriate white border that I want. Sometimes it's tricky for me. So I went into my handy dandy scrap bin and grabbed just a little scrap of blackout. This wasn't in the kit that I'm using, but it is, oh wait, you know what? It is in the kit I was using. It's a piece I previously used and it actually had adhesive on the back of it, so it keeps sticking to everything. So I went ahead and matted my photo on that, and I think it really pops off those bright
I
colors
do want to
so
get my
incredibly
wet
well.
mixed media on
And
this.
for the most part, I
ever
will
so
go ahead
quickly.
and do a
So I'm
central
going to
design,
start with,
just
I
like
have
you
some
see
Mr.
in the
Huey's in
scrap list.
silver.
Didn't even know I had it. I have some Tattered Angels in, I think it's called Black Magic. I can't remember. I mean, it's absolutely vintage. And then I have a little bit of Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I think it's in teal. And as you see, I'm not exactly being delicate about it. I am just going to town, and a lot of the reason for that is that when you use mixed media, I mean, you can be a little precious about it and want to get your little splatty bits very specific, but then you end up covering almost, all of it. So in the end, just go ahead, have fun, slap it down, enjoy the effect, and you're good to go. Does anybody else still have a bunch of Tattered Angels, or does the does the company still make mist? I see them at Tuesday morning, but I haven't purchased any in quite a while. And these are probably over 10 years old, that black magic color. So very simple. The 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 dots that you see there, they will end up being plenty dry when it's time for me to go ahead and get my scrap on. So you can see in the scrap lift that there are some thread elements and they're sewn on, but I thought I would just do this easy peasy and put some messy, this is really thick thread. It's by We Are Memory Keepers, and I got it in a Mind the Scrap September kit. I don't remember if it was the Bujo kit or the embellishment kit. What, I have no idea. Anywho, I just put that on nice and messy. Didn't worry about it too much either. See the adhesive that's on the black back of that black cardstock? That's what I was saying. It was a piece that was formerly going to be used for something and didn't quite make it on, but now it's having its moment. Anywho, I put a little bit of fun foam on the back of that so that we can have a nice little shadow effect beneath the my, I'd call it a focal photo, except for it's the only photo I will be having on here. Now this is just a whimsical kind of a photo, so I am going to go ahead and see what little goodies I can get on here. Anything that would be fun or make sense would be great. Now the two embellishment packs that I have the Vicky Boot and the Amy Tan, and I haven't been able to mix and match them that well. They definitely have a different vibe between the two collections. So, a little full disclosure, I have two bulldogs that have decided that it's nap time, so they are up with me getting their little snooze on, and they're going to be a little tiny bit loud. If you wonder if it's your own dog snoring, chances are it's actually mine. So, I'm going ahead and using some of my Aleene's tacky glue as well as my ATG gun on the back of this photo. And the reason for that is I've got some mixed media and I also have that really thick thread on there. And I just didn't feel confident enough that it would stay down with just the tape runner. So that's what that's about. I'm holding it just for an extra second. Now, do you see how much of the mixed media is already being covered? That's why I was saying I never get too precious about it. I just go ahead and have fun with it, get it down there. But I also do favor the really large splatty bits. So you get that effect by holding your mist spray, whatever you want to call it, kind of up high. And so it can kind of gather speed while it's going down to hit your page. And then you can do those nice little delicate flicks as you go. Now, I always journal as I go on my pages. Um, I don't love my handwriting, but I don't worry that much that somebody else will have a problem with it along the way. I scrapbook for myself, and if my kids want to enjoy them, that's great. If not, that's great, but at least they'll know what my handwriting looks like as well. And also, I don't really want to take the time to type it out. All right, so these are absolutely beautiful Paige Evans. They're kind of like shiny puffies. They are gorgeous. And do you see the word in the scrap lift, that yes? I'm like, oh, I have to use the word yes on mine. It just was too perfect for an unplanned set of embellishments. So that's why I ended up switching out my words. And the shiny puffies do have that, just that little tiny bit of textural oomph that I really like on a layout. So my layout will be called Yes Love. So I'm taking a look to see if I could use anything from this little kit that I have here. I have some really nice cutouts, and I wanted to get some of these little clouds on here. And I know that it is supposed to be used like in a full sheet, but I thought I could get some serious mileage if I cut out different clouds and kind of spread them out here and there and use them as just more of a die cut kind of thing instead of like the full 12 by 12 kind of a cut. So that's what I'm doing there, and it's a nice little bit of white on such a bright and colorful kind of a background. So you get a bit of a win going that way with it. So I'm cutting off the little nubby ends, and we're going to get clouds in a couple of places on my layout. Clouds mean nothing, they're just cute, and I have so many of these cut files that I really need to start getting some traction on them. There's a few different areas in my craft room that I'm really wanting to diminish, like the amount of cut files I have, and the other thing is I'm trying to get somewhere with my rub-ons. I have way too many of them, and I want to see if they either are dead or if I can get them on some pages, because once upon a time I did love them. Anywho, I know a bit of pontificating on that one, but yes, so that's why cut files, you're going to see a few coming up on my channel. Maybe a few more than normal, but look at how cute these little clouds are. I think they're perfect for this, to just bring some of that bright white in. Anywho, so we're sticking those down, and then truly the rest of this entire layout is fun because it's just decorating, because as soon as you get that base on and you know your title, or at least for me, now it's just like, okay, what fun bits can we get put on here? What will match? And I mean, I love this collection that, like I said, the Paige Evans collection, and I love the new Amy Tan. I don't know how I didn't see the previews for them, but I absolutely am smitten. What else can I tell you? Let's see. Oh, you're going to see that's my Chamel Field Trip 6 by 12, 12 by 12 sticker sheet that I'm holding in my hand. I've been so surprised how much I have gotten those elements onto layouts. Now, I have been doing some things that are slightly more whimsical. Like, for example, just now I happen to have a gorgeous plum colored mastodon sitting on a cloud next to a photo of my son wearing his grandma's earrings. None of this makes perfect sense except for that plummy color is really picking up the the journaling spot, the colors in that, as well as I'm using some of the plum color puffy sticker, shiny puffy stickers in the Paige Evans sheet. So, you know, it's so fun when you can mix and match in these collections and just make them into your style and you enjoy yourself. So on this sticker sheet there was a few different little lightning bolts in different colors, so I added one lightning bolt to each star little kind of cluster, I guess, is the way I was thinking about it. So we got some of those on there. I haven't figured out what I want to do with the constellations and stuff yet, but I'm sure they'll make their way. Now these puffy stickers are fabulous. They are so soft and so squishy and so perfect. I would like 5 sheets. They are just, I mean, they're beautiful. There's a lot of fallsy stuff on them, but there's definitely goodies that you can use on any type of layout. These are Dear Lizzie little word stickers, and I am loving that we are getting several different colors on one sheet. I mean, to me, that is the bee's knees, because instead of them all being orange or all being blue, you are really able to customize your different layouts with goodies that are all on one sheet. So happy with that. I did want to share with you that there's a ton of great crafters that are a part of this Off the Board series. It's Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And please go ahead and take a look at their layouts. It's just so great to get these pins off of our Pinterest boards and actually use them and be inspired by them and make the projects your own. So go give everybody some love. That would be great. And I also wanted to, I did go into my stash just now to grab out a set of enamel dots because the enamel dots that I had left in this kit just weren't really going to be working that well for what I'm doing. So that's what you saw. I was auditioning that. Oh, and please, if you could go ahead and like and subscribe, I would really appreciate that as well. That will help me out. It lets YouTube know that you like what I am doing. And if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them below. I will get back to you as soon as humanly possible. And this is the point where I'm just going through going, is there anything else I want to use? And then I saw this pattern paper, and for some reason I really wanted to cut out 3 of those baby blue flowers and put them in. It's interesting what can inspire you, but it seemed like I needed just a little bit more of a die cut something, and that's what I decided to use. So I've elected to just use a little wet adhesive and put a dab on the back and put those into 3 different areas, roughly around my little cloud clustery bits as well. And for some reason, it ended up like giving me that finished feel to my layout that I was looking for. Like I said, I just felt like I just needed just a little bit more. So what you see me doing there is I am in my black color drawer, and I'm like, can I get doily pieces on here? Those are acetate doilies, I think from Freckle Bond from a million years ago. I don't end up using those, but I do end up using 3 of these chipboard circle bits. And I actually believe those are from Studio Calico, maybe? From when they were doing all that stuff where you could get a black sheet of thing, a red sheet of thing, a green sheet of things, whatever. I don't know if they still do that, but that's what that was from. And that brings in yet a little bit more of the strong black that is in this layout. But my son's wearing all black this day, so it works out ever so nicely for that. But you know what? If you do have time and you can put together color bins or color drawers or whatever you want to think about, you know, like, or whatever you want to call them, it so comes in handy when I was like, I just need something black, and I had about 50 different options. So if you can, it will save you some time hunting and pecking through your supplies one day. Just, yeah, tip of the day. All right, well, sorry about that little squirrel trail. It just reminded me when I saw it in the video how much I've been enjoying that I actually took the time to organize that stuff. So I thought I'd go ahead and grab out a stencil and do just a tiny bit of stencil work. I'm just using a dark gray little marker. It's a very fine tip on it. Just giving yet a little bit more of a, I guess, a personalized homemade kind of feel. And for some reason, this little plus stencil is my very favorite stencil. I mean, I've used it, and as you can see, fairly abused it. So I went ahead and did that, and you know, once again, it's just a little bit cute and whimsical, and that will be about it for the day. I did bring it up so you can see it apparently twice, so you can see all the different little elements that I have on it. And that's what I have for you today. So thank you much, friends, for watching, and I'll see you soon.